Hello, everybody. Today I'm going to do a presentation on Clannism among Somalis. My presentation will cover definition, contributions, cultural practices, social structures, economic system, the historical context, some similarities among other tribes in Africa, challenges and ethical considerations, conclusion, and of course, some sources and references. To begin with, I want to define Clannism. Clannism is a social, political, economic, and ethnocentric practice prevalent among Cushitic communities, particularly Somalis in our context now. And some of the contributions to understanding African societies in Clannism include it offers insights into cultural practices, social structures, economic systems, and historical contexts. It also provides a framework for analyzing community dynamics within the Somali society. The cultural practices influence on traditions. Clannism affects marriage, customs, initiation rites, religious observations, political decisions, and other related issues. An example of it is arranged marriages within clans strengthen alliances, highlighting familial ties and cultural identity. The social structures of Clannism are set on kinship and power dynamics. Clannism creates social hierarchies based on lineage and clan affiliation. An example of this is what is called dominance of patrilineal structures affecting inheritance and gender roles among Somalis. The economic system of Clannism among Somalis are two: subsistence strategies. Clannism influences economic processes, including pastoralism and trade. An example is livestock herding fosters economic interdependence and cooperative resource management among interclans. The historical context of Clannism comes from the colonial aspect of it. Colonial powers altered traditional clannism systems, impacting social structures and cultural practices. Colonial administrations manipulated clan dynamics, leading to long-lasting tensions. As you can tell, they took advantage of the clan system, and that's how they infiltrated the clan system, and it brought an issue up to today. Post-colonial perspective, if we have a look at post-colonial perspective, is adaptation. Somalis have adjusted their clannism in response to historical changes. Resurgence of clan-based politics reflects a response to state failure and identity search. Some of the tribes that share the clan structures of the Somalis include the Masais, the Boranas, the Rendiles, the Gabra community, the Oromos also, although it's not very complex as it is within the Somali communities. The challenges and ethical considerations. It has a problem in representation and voice, importance of accurately representing Somali perspective in research. That's actually a very big challenge. There's also an ethical dilemma. Researchers must balance their role with potential impacts on local communities. Impact of globalization. Rapid changes necessitated adaptive methodologies for documenting Somali culture. In conclusion, I want to assert and highlight that Clannism among Somalis is a complex interplay of cultural, social, political, and economic factors. The second point that we need to, in our conclusion, we need to remember is that understanding Clannism is vital for grasping broader dynamics within African societies, especially the Somalis. And some of the sources that I got this from include writing of a man called Lewis I.M. He wrote in 1994, he wrote a book called A Modern History of the Somali Nation and State in the Horn of Africa. He wrote that it was on the Ohio University Press. There is also another citation that I got here, which is from Samatar Abdikadir Ismail. He wrote in 1992 a journal called Destruction of State and Society in Somalia Beyond the Tribal Convention. The Journal of Modern African Studies, 30 in bracket 4, 625 to 641 pages. Some of these resources come from there that I was reading to you. And the last reference is from a man called, an author called Menehwas K. It was written in 2007, titled The Crisis in Somalia, Tragedy in 5 Acts, African Security Studies. So as I conclude my presentation, I want our viewers to remember that Clannism, as I've noted, is a very complex interplay of social, cultural, economic, and political dynamics that needs to be done more research as we engage in understanding about the historical context of, cultural emergence, social structures emergence, political emergence of African societies. So I want to tell you, thank you very much for your listenership and viewership. I hope my presentation contributes to your understanding and your research so that we can do more research to have a better understanding in the dynamics of the Somali Clannism complexity. Thank you.